and welcome back to another episode of Bit Reviews. I am your host, Kepsin. So if you don't know what the show is, quick recap. The Bit Reviews is a reviewing podcast where we go through video games one by one and we give them a score 1 out of 8 because of the 8 bits. So today we will be talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I have a guest here today.
Hey guys, my name is Mike Masato. Thank you for having me on the show.
So if you guys don't know what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is, Mario Kart 8 is basically a racing game where you race your friends up to 12 players at a time. You can play with your friends, you can play against computers. It's basically a circuit game. You play through Grand Prix, and that is basically the gist of the game. That is pretty much it. Not much more to it. So I guess we'll start with the review process. So first off, like in every bit review fashion, we're going to start off with the story of the game.
Kevin, what story?
That's a great question. There is actually no story as far as anyone's aware of to Mario Kart 8. It is literally just a racing game. You go in, you race, and that's all there is to it. So story gets it's just non-existent this round. So I guess we'll mainly focus on the graphics and the gameplay today.
I feel like you probably could dig online to find some really weird Mario Kart lore videos. But yeah, I mean, as far as the developers intended, there's no story, right?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's no story. There could definitely be some weird lore or story to it and how they're all connected, but no one knows. It's just a racing game. It's for partying, having fun.
Dude, now I want to see all the alternate timelines for the Mario Kart games. I think Polygon used to do those videos, right? With the Zelda timeline. I want to see the Mario Kart timeline now.
Yeah, that would be really funny. So with there being no story, we're just going to get straight into the graphics. And for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they actually really buffed up the graphics because I think the 3DS was the last one, and the 3DS hardware couldn't really do well for the graphics. I mean, they look pretty, but they're still ugly looking at the black molds everywhere. 3DS fashion. It's just interesting to look at. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they really, really brought up the game in the graphics department. It looks beautiful. Everything is really well textured, and it feels more realistic even in this cartoony fashion that they have it in.
Yeah, one thing that I thought was really interesting going into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when I first got it was that our previous reference for a Mario game on a console, Mario Kart game on a console before that, was the Wii U port, which was significantly graphically worse.
Not really.
Was it?
No, actually Mario Kart 8, just the normal Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a port of Mario Kart 8 from the Wii U. It actually looked very good. I don't think there was really much graphical changes between the two.
I haven't played in a few years, so one thing that's definitely something I probably misremember. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But another thing to point out is that before Mario Kart 8 as a whole, the previous Mario Kart game was it was Mario Kart Wii, right? The one on the console one.
Yeah, it was Mario Kart Wii. That was the last console normal concert Mario Kart game, and that one was the Wii, so you don't get HD graphics on that one.
Yeah, so it was a huge leap because when you're looking at the 3DS one, you look at it and you go, yeah, well, this is a portable console. The hardware is going to be limited. We know that the graphics aren't going to be that great, so you kind of forget what to expect when the new Mario Kart game on the console gets released.
Yeah, exactly. It's really fascinating. Some people are complaining about the DLC though. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They just released some new DLC with some new tracks, and they decided to change the art style a little bit for these new tracks, and people are really noticing it, and it's really funny. I mean, I mainly think it's just the grass. The grass isn't really textured. It's really just plain for some reason, the new DLC. But in the normal game, the grass is really textured and really cool looking, but for some reason, the DLC is just green.
Yeah, I think I actually heard an answer for why that is for a lot of the tracks. So a lot of the new tracks in the Mario Kart DLC that just came out was it less than a month ago, a few weeks ago, they are ports from the app Mario Kart Tour.
Yes, they are.
Which was a mobile game.
Yeah.
So I personally think it would have been fine. It probably wouldn't have been too much work to just replace the grass textures with the ones that were already in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But I don't know, it didn't bother me too much, but that's kind of the explanation, I guess, for at least the Mario Kart Tour levels, because they kind of directly ported them into Mario Kart 8, from my understanding.
Yeah. This seems to be that way. There are definitely some graphic and texture differences between the two, but I'm not personally caring about this. It's just funny to think about, why would they change it up all of a sudden for this DLC? But I guess it could have been a last minute decision too to make the DLC. because it was definitely out of the blue. No one saw it coming. Everyone was like, Mario Kart 9 is gonna come out. No, like, nope. Here's more DLC.
Yeah,
And
it kind of puts Mario Kart with like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe having like the most tracks of any other Mario Kart game now, which is kind of crazy to think. It already was, but now they're just even like stacking on more.
yeah, it's funny. But that's really all to say about the graphics. They're really beautiful. Everything is just really nice looking. Even like it's cartoony, but it doesn't feel cartoony at the same time. It's just incredible how they're able to do with the graphics. And it's definitely the big leap too. They can tell you that they really put effort firsthand when they first made the game, and not really much in the DLC. But it is what it is. So I guess we'll get onto the gameplay, which is really the big part of what Mario Kart is. And
yeah, everyone plays Mario Kart for the gameplay.
yeah, if you don't play Mario Kart for the gameplay, why are you playing Mario Kart?
Exactly.
And it's honestly one of the best Mario Kart games, I believe. I've gone back and I played the Wii a couple weeks ago or months ago, and it just felt weird playing on the Wii because it's not much different, but it's still different enough where it was hard for me to play because they're like almost forcing you to use steer controls. I eventually learned that you can use a nunchuck on the Wii, but it still was like your steering's different. The carts are different between the bikes and the stuff, and it was harder for me to play on the Wii for some reason. I was so much worse than I am in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But I think in Mario Kart Deluxe they really like step down like the steering, and they really like force you to like learn how to drift improperly, and it's so much smoother and more I don't know what the word is, but something like that.
Yeah, one thing that I actually noticed when I first picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was how much the controls just like felt nice in comparison to Mario Kart Wii. And this is coming from a guy who Mario Kart Wii was my first Mario Kart game. It was like that was the core of my nostalgia.
Yeah, me too.
So it was hard to come to terms with that when I first got it. It was almost like going through like the stages of grief, but for Mario Kart. But yeah, I mean, if I were to compare like Mario Kart games with like really good controls and just generally good feel, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe definitely is at the top, and it's like the only things that like really come close to it would probably be like Double Dash and like Wii.
Yeah, I've never played Double Dash, so I wouldn't have experience. And I'm definitely glad because in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe they force you to use drifting, which I don't think they've ever done in any other Mario Kart game.
No, in Mario Kart Wii, I've always remembered. Yeah, my friends will always, a bunch of my friends will always just opt for the automatic drifting. And for me, because I've been playing it a lot for a while, it always like irks me because it's like, no, you could like drift on straightaways and you can do so many little things to get little speed boosts that automatic doesn't allow you to do.
Yeah, and I like everyone played in Wii, so like Wii they always played automatic. Luckily for me, I've like saw someone playing a manual one day. I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and I never went back.
Oh yeah,
so
I started on manual. Yeah,
I never started on manual. I played on automatic for a really long time, and I still think I was better on automatic after looking at some old time travels and stuff like that. But I turned up manual one day, and I just never turned back, and I'm really glad I did because it just made the transition from Mario Kart Wii to the Mario Kart 8 so much smoother, which is really nice, and luckily for me.
Yeah, the one thing I do miss that isn't in Mario Kart 8 that I wish was like at least they had some resemblance of it or some form of it is the wheelie mechanic for the bikes, because I feel like that's what set Mario Kart Wii's bikes apart, because that was like one of the big things, like, hey, we have motorcycles now in Mario Kart, and now they're kind of just like they have a slightly different drifting pattern, but that's about it. But the wheelie mechanic was really useful and kind of made them different from karts in a significant manner.
Yeah,
we don't get that.
Yeah, on the Wii it was always the Koopa Troopa and the Bullet Bike for me. So I was like so used to wheeling, and then I would transition to Mario Kart Deluxe. I can't wheelie anymore. This is really annoying.
Oh yeah, I know. I absolutely sucked at wheelies. I just looked at it and saw people who could do it, and I was like, I respect you.
Yeah. No, wheeling definitely took some time. I think it was actually easier like to play the game once you learned how to wheelie, because for the bikes it forced you to keep up with the carts to wheelie, and they took that away at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I haven't really played with the bikes too much in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because I think the turning mechanics with the bikes are just worse than in the Wii, and I never really enjoyed that. I would just stick to the carts or some of the bikes with the cart turning mechanics.
Yeah, actually, I have a question for you. Do you know if the ATVs in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe have a different drifting pattern from the carts? Or is it just like a stylistic thing?
So there are... No, it's only the motorbikes, like certain motorbikes, and the carts, they're the only ones with the patterns. I don't think the ATVs really change that much.
Okay, because I remember them showing off the ATVs really early on in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or in Mario Kart 8 in general, and just being like, "Hey, look, we have this new vehicle," and
Yeah.
I honestly never really cared much for them, but in the back of my head, I thought like, "Oh, this is definitely going to have a different drifting pattern." So yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, I've played a lot with the drifting and at the ATV. I mean, so it was always, yeah, I never really noticed the difference between the ATV and the cart. Definitely between the certain bikes. The certain bikes, I can't enjoy it because that's the only thing I don't like about Mario Kart is the bike turning. I mean, it works if you can use it. It look like if I was good with it, it definitely would be cool to use, but it's just not my thing personally, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like part of what made the bike drifting like interesting in Mario Kart Wii was it was really strict, right? But the trade off was like, hey, you also have access to wheelies. So
Yeah.
and now you don't have that, so it just feels like a worse turn pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I definitely enjoyed in Mario Kart 8 too is the items are they feel more forgiving than in the Wii version. Because I feel like in the Wii version, the computers are definitely harder in the Wii version.
Oh yeah, and they have like there's a lot of items that'll just like be really punishing even to
Yeah.
the player. I mean, I think it's fun, but there's like the cloud that when you get it, you kind of have to play hot potato with it and smack
Yeah.
into other people so you don't
Yeah.
get stunned.
But in like the Wii version, the computers are so much harder, and because of that, they're so much more compact together than they are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So when you get hit with an item in the Wii version, you just and like you're in first, you're getting bombarded with items. You're just screwed. While in Mario Kart Deluxe, it seems more forgiving when you're playing with computers because if you get hit with an item, you at least have a bit of a distance where you're not just getting bombarded with items. It still happens. It definitely still happens.
Oh yeah.
But it's not. I haven't seen it as often. I probably have played as much Mario Kart Deluxe as I have Wii by now.
Well, something else to remember is they with Mario Kart 8, they also added in new items that helped with like some counterplay with like the blue shell supposed to seek out
Yeah.
first place. They added that I don't know what it's called, but then the box thing.
It's like a sound box.
It's called the
yeah.
sound horn. Yeah, the
sound
sound
horn,
horn, I think is what it's called. And that just negates it. So if you can get it and get that item in fourth place or like somewhere around there, and then get your way up to first, you basically just have insurance on the blue shell.
Yeah, so the sound horn is the very first Mario Kart item to really help you counter the blue shell, which has never really been seen before. I mean, I have in the past in the Wii version got that lucky mushroom as soon as the blue shell was going to hit you. That's the only way you could ever dodge it. But it required you to literally have a mushroom on the ground, and you have to hit it at like the perfect moment to dodge it.
Actually, you can actually do it with a mushroom that you're holding onto, but it's more of like, it's almost like, hey, this isn't the primary use of the mushroom.
Yeah.
The thing that's really interesting about the sound horn is the fact that it's like it can stun enemies, but it's specifically made to block the blue shell.
Yeah.
That's what's really interesting about it.
Yeah, and the radius is actually really good too. So like you could just sneak up behind someone, just be like, "Ha, get out of my way," which is really funny. So yeah, it's a really nice change, the items that they finally added to it, because you are getting more counters to these items of mass destruction like the blue shell, which would always ruin your day. You could be in first, you're near the end of the finish line, they get hit with a blue shell, and all of a sudden you're last. And it's always a tragic story when you hear about that.
Oh yeah, another thing actually bringing up about the item system in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the fact that in the first Mario Kart 8, right, for the Wii U, they didn't have the dual item boxes. But then
Right, yeah.
because that was originally a thing in Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah.
And then in 8 Deluxe, they allow you to hold two items at once. So you can play a lot more defensively by just like stocking up bananas or shells to hold behind you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I totally forgot that you can have two items now. That's not something in the Wii version or the 3DS. Was it in the 3DS?
It wasn't in 3DS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
wasn't 3DS version.
it was in Mario Kart Double Dash, and then they just shelved the mechanic. And even in OG Mario Kart 8 wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's insane like how far Mario Kart's come and how much advanced it is. And I think one of the new features that we haven't talked about is the hovering mode.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even covered
We
the
haven't even
hovering
covered
mode, and we're
hovering
like
mode yet.
15 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not much of a change, but it just allows you to go on walls and upside down. But it affects your drifting a little bit, but it's nothing really like dramatic. I mean, it's still a cool mechanic, like, hey, I'm now racing on a wall, or I'm now upside down and I'm racing somebody. Like, it's kind of cool to think that. and it's just like definitely something cool. There's also the mini boost too, that
Yeah.
when you're now hovering, I don't know if that's officially what they call it, but
I don't know what it's called, but
Yeah.
yeah, when you bash into two people who are hovering, like they bash into each other, they both get a speed boost.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I think makes the hover mechanic really shine in Mario Kart is the fact that it lets you split up the racers while keeping them still physically close to one another. Because there'll be a lot of
true.
times where one person will be driving on the ground and one person will be driving on the wall, and you can't throw an item at the guy on the wall because your item is bound to the gravity of where you throw it. So
Yeah.
you can't throw a shell at someone who's on a wall unless you're on the same wall as them. So it basically has a way of splitting up tracks and having splitting paths while still allowing players to have a visual like cue of where the other players are.
yeah, that is very cool. I actually didn't think of that. Like, oh yeah, if you can't just throw it on the other side, because sometimes they do hover you right above it, and you can see players on the other side, and it's really funny.
Or like you know how in Electrodome they have you on like two splitting paths, or in what's the one with the thwomps or whatever those things are, the
Swamp Ruins?
Yeah, in Thwomp Ruins, there's a big portion where you're driving through the like a cavern system sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you have some people driving on the sides of the cavern, and some people driving on the floor, and those two people can't hurt each other with items really because of that.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna wrap things up now. But before that, quickly, what's your favorite Mario Kart course?
Okay, so it's not in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's the
It has
thing.
to be a Mario Kart.
Oh, it has to be one from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
From Mario Kart Deluxe, yeah.
Okay, an OG from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You know, can I just tell you my least favorite?
Sure. What's
Because
your least
I
favorite one?
really like a lot of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Yeah,
courses.
it's definitely a hard choice.
There's just one that just really irks me, and it's Dolphin Shoals.
Oh, that's
And
so true.
That's the
I
thing.
hate Dolphin.
I love the music in that course, but there's a lot of really harsh turns, and because you're underwater, there's less traction, so it's really hard to get into those turns. And there's a lot of areas where it's really easy to get stuck in muck that like slows you down. And it just feels really frustrating because like I knew I would have been able to get that turn if I was driving underwater. If I wasn't driving underwater, rather.
Yeah, I don't think I really have a least favorite. Definitely my favorite is Wario Summit.
Wario Summit's really
Wario
good.
Summit's
I almost
such a good
forgot about
track.
it.
It's such a good
See,
track.
if we could literally spend 10 minutes just thinking of Mario Kart courses and just reminiscing over how good they are.
Yeah.
Because there's so many good
It's
ones.
so
I just
many good
particularly
ones, yeah.
dislike Dolphin Shoals.
All right, so I think it's time to give our reviews now. And for me, I love Mario Kart Deluxe. I've played so much of it, and every time I play it with friends, I always have so much fun. So I personally am going to give it an 8 out of 8.
I'm going to go with a 7 out of 8 bits just because I think that they kind of did bikes dirty. They kind of got rid of some really unique mechanics for bikes. But besides that, everything else in Mario Kart 8 is an improvement from previous Mario Kart games. And I think it's probably the best Mario Kart game that we've gotten thus far.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I've played so much Wii, but I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe definitely takes the cake for me.
Yeah, we just got to hope that some of our favorite courses from the Wii get added in the DLC that's coming up soon.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they added Coconut Mall. Let's hope for Koopa Trove.
I want Koopa Cape and Maple Treeway.
Oh, 100%. All right. So I'm going to thank Mike for coming on the show.
Thank you.
No
I really
problem.
appreciate this. This was really fun.
And hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next Bit Reviews.